From the studios of Iowa Public Television, this is the Des Moines Register presidential debate. The Democrats.
Today we're going to talk with 6 Democratic candidates for President of the United States. Half Iowa Democrats who say they're likely to caucus also say they may still change their minds. Each of the candidates, 30 seconds to make a free, open statement.
Dr. King challenged America to act on what he called the fierce urgency of now. Our nation's at war, the planet's in peril. Now, I am confident that we can meet these challenges, but we can only do it if we have the courage to change.
What makes America, America is at stake. Jobs, the middle class, health care, preserving the environment, but all those things are at risk because of corporate power and corporate greed. We have to take them on. And I want every caucus goer to know I've been fighting these people and winning my entire life.
Folks talk about this election being about experience or change. It's really about action. Leadership is also about what your priorities are. In my case, I'll start by ending that war in Iraq.
Because I'm concerned about the fact that in the media and in the last debate, the Iraq war was not discussed. And somehow we're losing sight that that's the most important fundamental issue affecting our country.
Some believe you get change by demanding it. Some believe you get it by hoping for it. I believe you get it by working hard. That's what I've done my entire life. That's what I will do as president.
One of the things I've tried to do in this campaign is to talk about positive ideas and also about results. It brings people together, Republicans, Democrats, Independents. It's what I've done for 26 years.
Senator Obama, you have Bill Clinton's former national security advisor, State Department policy director, and Navy secretary, among others, advising you. With relatively little foreign policy experience of your own, how will you rely on so many Clinton advisors and still deliver the kind of break from the past that you're promising voters?
Well, I am...
I want to hear that.
Well, Hillary, I'm looking forward to you advising me as well.
We're going to start with a discussion about the financial situation facing our country.
Because of the policies of George Bush and the Republicans in Congress, not only do we have fiscal problems, but we've got growing inequality. So what I want to do is get the long-term fundamentals right. That means that we are investing in education, we're investing in infrastructure, we're getting our trade deals structured so that they're fair, and that we are also ending the war in Iraq, where we're spending $10 to $12 billion a month.
And then simultaneously, as you grow and deal with the underlying waste that's occurred, bring an end to the war in Iraq, which costs us $10 billion every month.
And one of the reasons that we've lost jobs, we're having trouble creating jobs, we're having trouble growing and strengthening the middle class, is because corporate power and greed have literally taken over the government.
When we talk about our most urgent national priority, the war, we've spent $500 billion in this war. And these are funds that could go to our domestic priorities.
We don't have to go back very far in our history, in fact, just to the 1990s, to see what happens when we do have a fiscally responsible budget.
It's about priorities. Just by eliminating the war, eliminating the $200 billion in 1%, $20 billion, and save $350 billion. That bring down the deficit by $150 billion. The Republicans are trying to sucker us into this. You either have to balance the budget and do nothing to make people's lives better, or you're going to balloon the deficit. They have ballooned the deficit with their bad priorities.
As president, would you use signing statements to assert that certain acts of Congress conflict with your interpretation of the Constitution and your obligation to enforce those laws?
I would use them the way presidents before this president used them. He's used them as essentially a form of veto. Let's quit with all of the perversion of the Constitution and the rule of law. Let's get back to what presidents did in both parties and hopefully remove the legacy of George W. Bush.
You can find out more about this debate and yesterday's very exciting Republican debate at pbs.org and des.moines.register.com. Happy holidays, everyone.